Welcome! In this lesson, we'll overview the basics of Gwent and what you need to keep in mind since Gwent is very different from other CCGs you may know. Gwent features a unique round structure. There are 3 rounds, and to win a game of Gwent you'll need to win 2 of them. Each round lasts until both players have passed or until both players have no more cards to play. To win a round, each player plays cards onto the battlefield which are worth points in addition to other special effects. At the end of a round, those points are counted and the player with the most points on the board wins the round. Therefore, deciding when to pass on a round and when to push is one of the most important choices you need to make in Gwent. Especially because Gwent's second unique mechanic. The player only draws cards in the beginning, but then does not draw cards during a turn anymore, only 3 cards between each future round with a hand limit of 10 cards. This makes each of your cards extremely valuable, and committing too many cards in a round can cost you a later round easily, if the enemy is able to just play more cards than you can. Also, playing a card does not cost you any additional resources. Every card can be played at any time, and the only cost of that action is that you have 1 less card available to play after. Since every card is worth a different amount of points, and every card has a different effect, the game is all about reacting to the enemy's strategy. Committing a card or keeping a card for a later round is hard, but a fun choice and the main gameplay of Gwent. Deck building is untraditional as well, because Gwent uses a resource called provisions. Every card is worth a certain sum of provisions, but to build a deck, you only have a limited amount of provisions available. This way, deck building is not about cramming in the most powerful cards, but about mixing the right cards together so their combined abilities generate the highest amount of points possible. There are 5 factions: Nilfgaard, Skellige, Scoia'tael, Monsters and Northern Realms, each with their own set of cards. In addition, each faction has unique leaders and you are able to choose one for each deck you are building. Leaders have abilities that can be triggered in-game to push forward your deck's strategy. Leaders also decide how much cards you can mulligan at the beginning of each round, and the number counts for the whole game. So if you use all your mulligans in the first round, then you can't do that for the rest of the game anymore. You can obtain cards by buying card packs in the store, but they are also rewarded in a lot of different ways by just playing the game. In comparison to other games, Gwent is really generous with its distribution of rewards, and therefore you can compete on a high level without throwing a lot of money on the game, which is a very fine thing. If you want to throw money at the game, you can do that by buying customizations which have no effect on the game itself. Let's summarize. The most important thing to take away from this lesson is that the gameplay of Gwent is fundamentally different from other CCGs thanks to its round system and card draw mechanics. In the next lesson, we explore how you need to change your mindset when playing Gwent in comparison to other CCGs, so stay tuned.